morning, my people. Top of the top. It is Sunday, August 10th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with Him, all things is possible. Happy Sunday to all my kings and queens. Um, Anybody who's doing any traveling this morning, it is Sunday, so for all my people who worship and might be on their way to church or who might be going to church later on today, please arrive there safe. Um, be aware of everybody, is be aware of your surroundings, what I like to say. I hope everybody's feeling blessed, appreciative, thankful for seeing another day and with knowing with Him, all things is possible. Top of the top, y'all. Now, usually I'm not here on Sundays, right? Usually not here on Sundays, but today, I was like, why not? It's a very important week this week. Of course, it's the third annual barbecue going down this Saturday. So I'm super excited about that. And I just wanted to get up and have my regular chop ups because I missed a lot of time doing it when I was sick. So I said, I got to get back to it. So let's get back to it, man. We're gonna talk about a few things today. You know what I mean? Um, a word of the days. I was kind of missing that, and I was like, okay, you got to slowly get back to the word of the days because sometimes with the word of the days, I always have to think about what is going to be the word of the day, and can't think of one, but as we go on and we talk, I'm gonna think of something to come up with. Let's chop it up though, all right, y'all. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Um, Make sure you like, share, subscribe, man. And definitely let everybody know that this is one of the best morning chop ups to come through. All right, so who's in the building? Let's see. I got my sisters, Miss Fields and Coco Tina. Coco, Coco. It's gonna be on and popping this week, Coco. Miss Fields, I'm hoping to see you and your king. Hoping to see you and your king next year. Um, I would look forward to seeing you and him. Um, it's gonna be very special, man. Very special this year. This week is gonna be great. Third time's supposed to be a charm, but like I said, due to me couldn't put things together financially, kind of kind of messed a few things up, but we're still gonna go out our way to have fun. Tay Tay, what's up, my Long Island sister? Tay Tay, you up early? It's about 6:04. It should be about 6:04 in the morning in Vegas, Tay. Why are you up so early? You ain't got no job to go to. Why are you up at 6:04 in the morning, Tay? Are you out there being grown, Tay? Huh, Tay? You out there? You out there doing some things, Tay, that you're up 6:04 in the morning, Tay? Because I know the time in Vegas is like 3 hours behind, kind of like LA. What are you doing up at 6:04 in the morning, Tay? I'm gonna need you to explain that one to me, Tay. I know for the meet and greet, y'all not up this early. What are you doing, Tay? Want to explain that to me? Tay, no, I'm just messing with. I love Tay. That's my people. Oh, your body's on New York time. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy because I'm afraid of that. Because I'm like, if I'm out there, I gotta deal with that. I'm already an early bird anyway, so I don't think for me it matters. I'm always an early bird. I think especially if you put me in a place where there's casinos, me and Tiff, we up. When we go to Atlantic City, it's up. Anywhere you put us where there's a casino, Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, anywhere you put us where there's a casino, we up. It's just something about it. I'm never the guy who could sleep all day. I think the most sleep I've ever got is when I was sick. I mean, yeah, Tay, you know what? I think for us New Yorkers already, right? And this probably go for anybody else. I think for us New Yorkers, we already live in a city where the city never sleeps. Even though there are some people sleep, you have some others who are just night walkers. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Yeah, 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 yeah. The crazy thing is when y'all come back to New York, the fun is not over. The fun is only beginning for this week. Yeah, Coco, you're not a morning person. Coco, I understand. I understand. Tiff is though. She'll tell you that she's not a morning person. Tiff is not a breakfast person. She don't really do breakfast like that in the morning, unless she has a taste for something. But she's a morning person because that woman will have to be to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I will find her at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning sitting up playing on her phone, and I'm like, "What are you doing? If you don't take your ass to sleep, you gotta be to work in the next 4 hours. What are you doing?" That's just her. Like all this week, from tomorrow to Friday, I'm gonna be up early, putting the finishing touches on the barbecue. I got runarounds to do. I'm still got to divvy up some cash. So yeah, I'm still taking donations. I'm running around. I'm doing everything. So this is gonna be a busy week for me where um I probably won't be having no morning chop ups like that this week. Because I got a lot of running around to do. Working 7 to 3. Um, I think that's the best times to work, Tay, because I don't like nighttime. A lot of jobs I worked from the afternoon to midnight. Some I worked from midnight to the morning. For some reason, I'm at the age of 42 where I don't want to do it no more, man. Straight up. I'm not with it, man. I know age shouldn't have nothing to do with it, but when you've been working majority of your life, you get to this point, right, where you just go, yo, I don't want them 10, 12 hours. Some people will take it because they go, it's money and I need it. But at some point you get to a point in your life where you like, yo, I'm cool with just doing these 5 hours, man. Just give me these 5 hours and let me the fuck go. Because it happens. It happens like that. But for me, that's just I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm I'm trying to invest in my brand where I'm not working for nobody anymore but me. But that doesn't come easy. It takes a lot of work. That's the word for the day, y'all. Work. It takes a lot of work. Because granted, right? I'm sure Tay, Coco, Miss Fields, and anybody else out there, you're probably proud of what it is that you do for a living and you love what you do. But I know at some point, you women, you sisters of mine, have where one day it's going to come to an end where you're going to go, you know what? I'm just don't want to work for anybody anymore, and I want to sit and I want to do for myself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Coco. Um, yeah, it's hard to stop working. But you know what I tell people? I tell people there's a difference between you not wanting to work for somebody anymore and you wanting to work for yourself, or you not wanting to work at all, because some people just don't want to work at all when they want things handed to them. People want to, have every excuse of why they can't work, but then wait till you get paid and think that they finna call you and can I hold $5, $10, $20? I pay you back. How the hell you gonna pay me back? You ain't got shit. How does somebody with no job pay you back? I mean, if you give them time to pay you back, maybe, but if you want your money back immediately, it's kind of hard. Um, yeah, you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to do that. And then you have people, who are selfish, who have money where they can do things, put themselves in a position to do things, but they choose to hold their money while they spend yours. Jeez, I hope I didn't hit a nerve. And it's bad enough we already live in a world where, damn, I gotta be careful with what I say, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway because I don't give a shit. We live in a world where, yeah, call users. Um, we already live in a world where these jobs don't want you working for them. They want you slaving for them. It's a difference. It's a difference. Just keep that on your mind. Yeah, my goal is to have a private practice and teach online college. This will give me. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, I hope that works for you, Miss Fields. Good luck with that, sister. Good luck with that. I hope that works out for you to the fullest. But we don't live in a world where people want you working for them. We live in a world where people want you slaving for them. It's a difference. It's a difference. We live in a world where you're gonna find yourself probably at your job more than you do at home. And that's cool if you're doing something that you love, right? Um, because when you work for self, you get to make your time, you get to plan your own vacations, you get to do whatever you want because who you have to answer to. You know what I mean? There's nobody that you have to pick up the phone and be like, yo, man, not coming in today, boss. And then got to give a whole reason of why you're not coming in. Um, and 9 to 5 jobs are always good. Don't get it twisted now. We have to do what we have to do to keep food on the table, to keep the lights on in the house, to keep clothes on our kids' back, keep clothes on our back. But we also have to remember that we're not just working to pay bills. We have to have some kind of fun in life. We have to have some kind of fun in life. And I've seen people who just work, 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 work their asses off. And it's like, um, well, I don't have time to have fun, man. The fun is gonna be there. To a certain extent it is, but don't spend all your time making these companies or these other jobs more wealthy than what they are already. Seafood, what's up? One of the best goddamn coaches in New York City. One of my favorite. A guy that I'm gonna have to check to make sure he don't have no weapons on him when he attends the barbecue this week. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is the grandfather of 50 Cent, the guy who walks around with the most crispiest do rags and the biggest 1988 chains around his neck and gazelle glasses. Yes, Mr. Seafood. We will be watching out for him this week, making sure he has no weapons on him, no razors, no tasers, no nothing. Yeah, yeah, Coco, we got to watch out for this guy. Yeah, we got to watch out for him because he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? This is the only guy I know that when he comes into a park, pigeons, um, they leave. The birds leave. The squirrels leave. They all just, the stray cats, they all leave the park when they hear him coming in. So I got to make sure that he's on his best behavior this week. But he know I love him. But you got to do what you love. And we spend a lot of times making these jobs. Like I said, we make them very wealthy where you think they would appreciate what it is that you do for them, but really they don't. And it's crazy. I was talking about the other day on my Instagram about sponsors, about how everybody craves and wants a sponsor for something, and this goes, sometimes you're gonna have to be your own sponsor, which means if you're working, right? Whatever money you make from your job, I don't care if you take $100 out, whatever it is, you have to invest it into what it is you're doing. Whether that be a podcast, a clothing line, whatever it is that you got going on the side of what you do already, you're gonna have to become your own sponsor until you can get somebody to sponsor you, because a lot of these sponsors today are full of shit, right? You gotta do whatever it is that you gotta do. But just remember, in the mix of you doing whatever it is that you gotta do, just make sure you have some fun in life. My man Seafood probably from 7 days a week might be in the gym. But I know at some point he says, I need time to myself. And it's not against the law, because this man is in the gym damn near probably a whole freaking day. You know how difficult that is to be a coach in the boxing? These coaches got to go through hell. They got to deal with all kinds of people, from adults to kids, with different personalities. You got to deal with happy, sad, mad, depressed, pissed off, all kinds of people. That's what these coaches got to deal with. They got to take time away from their families. Sometimes their families don't understand that. Why are you in the gym 12 hours, 6 or 7 days a week? When are we going to get time? When are you going to make time for us? Everybody loves to ask that question. They love to ask that. But when you need a new pair of shoes, a new jacket, a new car, or the kids are trying to go to the best schools, how do you think they get there? How do you think they get there if we're not working? If we're not out there busting our ass to make sure that they're in the proper schools or whatever it is that they need? So, yeah, yeah, Sifu. So we have to, it's not just about working. Too, we also have to make sacrifices every day. I have to make a sacrifice that I don't necessarily agree with. That I go, you could do that, McLean, but that shit might blow up in your face. It might backfire on you if you do this. Sometimes I have to go with the way I feel, and I go, well, it might bite me in the ass, it might backfire on me, but you know what? I'll take my chances. A lot of times we're afraid to take chances because we want everything to go right, and we don't want nothing to blow up in our face, because we don't want that feeling of, damn, I thought it was going to work and it didn't. Or we don't want people to sell us, yo, I told you it wasn't going to work, because that's what people love to do. That's why it's kind of hard to tell people what it is that you want to do, um, because sometimes people will down the idea of what you want to do before you could even capitalize on what it is that you want to do. There, man, I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm telling you that might not work. And when it don't work, the first thing they want to run and do is tell you, I told you it wouldn't work. So you have to realize there's certain things you just can't tell people. Some people are just natural born haters. Um, let me send my man the shit. C4, I'm gonna send you the link. Stay right there. So yeah, y'all. For anybody who's still dreaming, still chasing a dream, because I can't tell you, yo, stop chasing that dream. I can't, I'm not in no position to do that. You know what I mean? Some people still have the idea of this is what they want to do, and they're not going to stop until they accomplish it. Um, just waste don't waste too much time dreaming. You know, don't waste too much time dreaming. I sent you the link, Seafood, if you want to come up. Don't waste too much time dreaming, y'all. That wouldn't be it just wouldn't be good for you. Capitalize on what it is that you want to do and try not to just try not to dream too much, man. Just go ahead and get what it is that you got to get done. Ah, there you go, the grandfather of 50 Cent. I ain't seen you in 100 years, man.
Yo, you are crazy.
Yo, listen, man. They said you about to star in the new Power with 50. I'm happy for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, thank you, brother.
Happy for
Appreciate
you,
it.
man.
Appreciate the hire.
I mean, I'm just remember, get me a role in there. I need money. I'm messed up right now. I'm hurting.
Listen, we all hurt to a degree, you feel me? But I was listening to some of your chop up with the young ladies that you have online with Kamara. I can't see the messages when I'm on. Wait, let me see. When I'm
Yeah, I
on,
don't know what's up with that because a lot of people be like they can't see certain stuff, and then I'll be like, wait a minute, what are y'all looking at? But
and
everybody's phone
I'm
is
looking
different.
to, yeah,
Yeah,
Coco, Tay, Camaron Fields.
yeah, Miss
Uh,
Fields, all my regular sisters is up in here, man. You know,
yo,
you'll
Camaron's a
see Tay.
cutie.
You'll see Tay.
Camaron's a cutie pie. Anyway,
Yeah, you'll see Tay and Coco Saturday. Miss Fields, we're gonna try to get her. We're gonna try to get her. We're gonna try to get her next year.
she's from New York.
Nah, Miss Fields, I forgot where she's from. She's not in New York though.
Okay.
Um, she's on the East Coast, I think, but I don't know where. Can't remember where. But
All good.
but then I mean, it you know, you doing something for a living, like what you do now. You love what you do.
Right.
Like you don't seem the type that because you always been the boss. So it's like and we all had something that we were doing for a living before we started doing what we were doing. But to go get a regular 9 to 5 and you spending so much time at your job more than you're doing at home, and you're making this company or this job more profitable than what they are, and they're not appreciating you, and they want you to spend so much time with them more than you do in your own house. You like, man,
No, but
I'm
you know
not gonna
what?
keep.
People need to like when you say it like that.
Oh shit, you got to come back. Oh, hold on. Okay.
That is almost kind
And
of. Can you see? Can you hear me now?
yeah.
I said when you were saying it like that, it's almost kind of discouraging because it gives kind of a false narrative that you don't need employment, right? But I take it as because when I became entrepreneurial, I came off a 9 to 5 job. It's not like I wanted to quit, but it just felt like
Yeah.
I wasn't being appreciated for the efforts that I made to make the company add some more success to the company, right?
Yes.
So I
That's
flew
not
out on a limb. I took the
that's
chance.
actually Seafood what I meant.
Right,
Because you want to feel appreciated, right?
right.
Because the thing is you will find yourself more at work than you will at home. And you just want to feel appreciated for your work. That's all. So sometimes it could get discouraging, and I don't want anybody out there to think that because we have enough lazy people who think that they don't have to go work and all they can do is just depend on the government. And it's like, no, that's your problem. That's the reason why we get treated the way we do, because a lot of y'all that there's nothing wrong with y'all can go look for jobs, but you choose not to. You choose to sit around and tell sad stories and feel sorry for yourself. But when did it get to a point with you, Seafood, when you said, you know what, this 9 to 5 is cool, but this working for somebody ain't getting it, man. It's not getting it. I need to go just be my own boss. When did it get to that? When did it get to that point for you?
When I had got divorced, when I was getting married, and I got married. When I was married, getting divorced. I just felt like I was in a space of my lifetime that I didn't want to be in because it's not what I thought it was. I married the wrong person. And, you know, not that as an excuse, but it gave me motivation because I don't regret it. It actually made me who I am today by making those attempts and those, taking a leap of faith. And when I did it, I ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock the 9 to 5 job because I did very well in corporate America. It's just that I couldn't see, I didn't want to deal with the discrimination anymore. I didn't want to deal with the giving so much time and getting things that was just as hard as you work, it would just go out based on, bills or stuff like that. We have to pay for our way of life. I lived very good back then. And, I had responsibilities. So in that situation, um, when I exited it, I felt like a sign of relief because I knew I was getting blessings, but the blessings wasn't being, there was no fruit to the labor because it wasn't doing what I wanted. It didn't fulfill the heart's desire. Let's put it that way. And then, but I don't knock it when people do it. I just don't, me personally, I don't see myself working for anyone unless I got paid in abundance. Like, I mean, abundance to the point where I have comfortability and full, um, access on my time. So, do as I want, as I please, but I get paid handsomely for what I love to do and I'm fruitful with it. That's the only reason that's the only way I would work for anyone. It's not about
Yeah.
the money, but then again, it has to be about the money if I work for someone.
Oh yeah, it definitely has to be about the money. Because like I was saying, nowadays, and this is gonna come off wrong, but from my experience and what I see with other people nowadays, these jobs don't want you working for them. They want you slaving for them.
I mean, you can't look at it like that either because anything we do, we slave for anyway. We slave for wages to sustain or to maintain or to exceed
But
our
I
current
mean, I look
status.
at it. I mean, the reason why I say it like that, and it's fucked up, but just from experience, where like I said, you're putting so much in. You're coming to work when you're supposed to. You're coming to work on your off days. You're staying past your time. You got to sit and wait for these trains at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because this is the time you got off to turn around. You got to be back to work the same damn day that you got off. Like it becomes so much, and for your work to not be appreciated.
Right.
That's the thing that bothers me. It's the whole appreciating part, and I remember one time going to work on payday seafood, and this should have been the day that I got locked up. It should have really been the day I got locked up. I'm explaining you why this should have been the day I got locked up. Because you know how it feels to wake up and you check your card and you expect your money to be on there. Your
Oh
money's not
yeah.
on your card. So now you go to work and you got responsibilities. I don't care if
Right.
the light's about to cut off, whatever. And you get to work and you like, what's up with the payday? And then, oh, this happened, that happened. And we're gonna try to get it fixed. And I'm like, no, there's no try. You got to get it fixed. There's no try. Because when I'm coming and doing my work hours, I didn't try to do it. I did my
Right.
hours. Like
Right.
we're not gonna play them type of games. I need my shit on here now because like now they're trying to pressure me to go ahead and clock in and trying to get me to get it off my mind. Just go ahead and go work, go clock in. I said I'm not clocking in shit until you clock my pockets. Like
No,
I need my
that
money on my card.
that
You know
happened
what
to
they
me
did to
one
these
time.
people? They fucked up so bad where they told me I had to wait the Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Listen. I remember one time depositing my rent when I had an apartment, and then this is why I never like deposited money in the ATM, and it got stuck. But
Oh,
I wouldn't let nobody touch the ATM machine that I was on to do a transaction, right? Like I literally was like, get off it. And then when I went to the customer service people, this is what their response was. Okay, well, we have to do an investigation. You're not gonna be able to do that until Monday, Tuesday. And this is Friday. I was like, bro, no, mm-mm. Nobody's going home until I get this thing taken
He
care
said
of. Because
nobody's going home till I get
straight up,
this.
I made a scene and everything, and it's
Wait
because
a minute, so you held the place hostage?
no, I made a scene to a point where you have to pay attention. You can't just breeze me off like that. I just passed
Yeah, that's
positive.
it. That's
My
what they
rent
try to
was
do.
like, yeah, my rent was like 1,100 at the time, and I was like, no,
That's
bro.
100. God damn,
And
C4.
and listen, we live paycheck to paycheck. If anybody has a 9 to 5 job, if they're telling you that they live good, no, you live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not how much you saving. You need that reimbursement from the paycheck.
People be capping so much to make it seem like I can't say what people got money stashed in their house, or I can't say what they got going. But people be killing me when they try to act like I'm like, you work in the same place as me, man. Stop acting like
Right,
you live in the lifestyle of the rich and famous.
right, right. But
Cut that shit
again,
out.
but at the same time is you can't you can't help people from fronting because we all front to a degree, right? But as you get older, the wisdom of the truth starts to like you want
Yeah,
absolution. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah, yeah,
thing
yeah.
is my thing is I discovered the truth early. So now I can't front anymore. You know what I mean? To a point
Yeah,
where
yeah. Nah. You can't.
no,
But that day that they did that to me, I had a decision to make.
yeah,
I said, you can stay here for the rest of the day and watch everybody else brag about they pay,
right,
because people like doing that,
right.
and or you could walk out. And I sat there and I made the decision, and I said, yo, I'm off this. I'm off this. And I remember I got a call as I was leaving from the head people in the office. Man, see, fool, I called them every name in the book except for the child of God. I called them every name it was, so I already knew it was a rap anyway.
Right.
And I ended it off with, yo, listen, if that money ain't on that card Monday, I'm letting you know right now. I'm coming through, and then I'm not coming through to talk. I said, because
No,
y'all wrong. Y'all don't know what somebody's situation is. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know what
yeah,
people. I don't think they understand, especially for us. And I'm not saying we're the only one with struggles, but when it come to black folks, no matter how good we look or how good we dress or how we try to put up a front sometime, a lot of us is going through it in real life.
right,
And we're
right.
responsible for a lot of other people besides ourselves. Because you
Of
always got
course,
that one or two family members that be like, yo, hey, cuz, can
right,
I, and you know what I'm saying? And you're going to
right.
help them. But I think people get it twisted and when they look at us and just think that everything is Gucci with us. But there's some of us out there that got issues. Like we owe.
No,
Like,
listen, right, right. That's what I'm
we
saying. So
owe.
in that situation, we're all in a situation where we owe something or someone, right? Whether it's a bill, whether it's
Yeah.
somebody. But the point is to get in a situation where you enjoy what you're doing, so it's not work. So when I make an effort, when I get up and I go do what I do, I love it. So it's not work to me. But
Yeah.
there are some days you're gonna get tired of it, right?
Oh
Like I
yeah,
have some,
I know you definitely get tired of it because
yeah,
you're in the gym so much. And I remember talking to Tiff about this one day. I was like, one day she was like, let's go see him. She's like, you think he in the gym?
yeah,
I said, man, Sifu ain't going no goddamn where. I said, if Sifu ever do go somewhere, he going. And I said, if Sifu do go somewhere, he's gonna announce that, hey,
right,
I'm not
right,
either I'm coming late today, or I'm taking the day
right,
off. I'm saying because I said, listen, I know him. If he not
right,
coming, he gonna make it be
yeah,
known that listen, that shit canceled today. I'm not doing
yeah.
nothing today.
I tell people straight up, no, I ain't coming in today.
Yeah,
Don't call my phone. I'm doing this, and like all my clients are on a group chat. So when we on the group chat, I let them know when I'm coming to the gym and when I'm leaving the gym. Sometimes I stay a little extra because I help other coaches out and stuff like that. But even then, I minimize that because I gotta make a private life for myself. I mean, I wasn't dating nobody for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
because I was so wrapped up into what I was doing. Now I'm at a different point in my life where I want the relationship, I want the private time. You know what I'm saying? I want to make myself available for
What-
a young lady to be,
what-
whatever. Because I'm a good catch. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
mean, I feel like the ladies won't be so intimidated of you if you take the 50 Cent do rag off in the hat and
no,
just
no,
put the
I
glasses
do. I
on.
only listen. I only wear this. I only wear the rag, right? I only wear it when I'm in the gym, or if I have an outfit that just complements it. You feel me? But I don't wear it as all the time.
I
I
know. When I
I'm saying I
walked in one
usually
day
just
and
set
you
my
had the
hands to.
listen, you had the do rag off and you had the glasses. I said, "Oh, now he Professor Seafood now." I
Yeah,
said, "Oh,
yeah,
he Professor Seafood now." I said,
yeah.
"What happened to do rag?"
Listen, some people I walk right past people when I don't have my durag on, and they don't even recognize me, bro.
I,
That's how it be
no,
sometimes.
no,
They think I'm a different person. So they're
but
like, "Yo, Seafood?" I'm like, "Yeah, no." I said, "I'm his brother. I'm
but
his
you
twin
know,
brother."
you doing what you do, right? And I
Yeah.
probably can vouch for other coaches. As men, how important is it to protect your space and your peace? Because like you said, you're trying to get back into dating and you want some privacy and all that. I mean,
Um,
when you haven't done it in a while, how hard is it to get back into the game? Because now even when you get back into the game, now you have to explain to this person, if you're going to be dealing with me, I'm gonna just let you know off the rip. This is what
I,
comes with
I'm gonna keep it so real with you when I say this, and it's not to sound conceited or anything. I don't have a problem because I carry myself in a certain way. I have integrity and stuff, and I'm not an ugly guy, but my personality makes me stand out a lot, right? So my thing is it's not hard. I just didn't want to be in a relationship with somebody because it required a lot of time. The time that most women want is always the time that I'm the most busy. So I lost out at one time on a good woman because of it. But like I said, it wasn't fruitful at the time. Now that I'm different, I became different. I made myself more accountable for not pointing the finger to somebody else, but to myself. I became a little bit more open minded. I don't even have. I know what I like, but I don't always fall to the preferences. What's my preference? I'm open minded to anyone who's good, but there are certain things that I won't go out, certain things that I won't do or go out with. But that's just any person. But me, when people weren't respecting my time in the gym at one time and just have me sitting there waiting for them, I just said, "That's it. I'm not doing this no more. This is the time I'm in. Even if they walk in, I walk in. I'm still working out. Catch you tomorrow." That's how I am now. I don't play around with people. Look, if you're not there in the times that I say I'm there, then I'm out. I'm not waiting for anyone anymore. So you either in or you out. And that's the way
yeah.
I feel. And it's hard to be available. Keep it real with you, because you need time to build. Like having a relationship, as you know, having a relationship is hard work because you have to consider.
Oh, Jesus
Not you
Christ.
can't just you can't just consider your feelings anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's about the
Listen,
compromise. You know what I'm saying?
I never knew how difficult it was until and Tiff is a very understanding person. But I remember when I was going to these fights so heavy, and I don't think she understood.
No, I get her. You know why?
I didn't
I used to
understand.
I used to
Why
say that
you
to
gotta
you.
be at every amateur
Yeah.
show? What are we doing? Are
No,
they
but
paying you for this?
I understand that because I went through that myself, right? And this is how I say, if you're not giving the woman the time, quality time that she wants, she thinks you're giving it to someone else. That is a normal woman trait, right? In that situation, even though you explain to her and it sound good, she still don't believe. You know what I'm saying? Whether
No,
from
that's why I
past,
started bringing her with me. I had to let her know. Listen, come on with me. Come on
right?
with me, right?
But even then, even sometimes you don't want to bring that around too. But my thing is, now that I've known it because I've been out of it for so long, I realize how much the beefing or the insecurities that they was developing was because we weren't paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So I have to
Oh
hold
yeah.
myself accountable for that. So I can't blame them anymore. You know what I'm saying? I
No,
have to be
no,
accountable
no,
for that.
no. And I said that too about a lot of these YouTube dudes. I said, you know what? I don't knock what y'all do because I'm on here
Yeah,
too. All right, we all under the
yeah,
same umbrella. I would like to think, But I go to myself sometime and say, I don't know how y'all getting the time in with your girlfriends or your wives when you spend more time on the line with the fellas.
Yeah, because you know why? Because some people have women that are extended, meaning they 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 deal with it or they are part of it. You know what I'm saying? But or they understand. Oh, okay, he's doing this whatever time. So when I go out on, you know, my thing is I'm making time for the relationship now. I'm not
Yeah.
just yo. When I get home, I'll see you. It's not. I don't do that anymore.
Oh no. I can't do that with Tiff. I got times
So,
where I'm not even supposed to be online right now. Usually Saturdays and Sundays is my time for me and her to, which we
yeah,
still won't spend because it's early. I'm just trying to step my game up with, what I'm doing on here. But a lot of times these conversations are important because I think people look at certain people in positions, whether
right.
you're a coach, fighter, or whatever, and just think that everything is peaches and cream. And it's like, no, it's not, man. There's a lot of shit that comes with, especially being in the business of boxing. I don't care if you're a content creator, a coach, a fighter, a photographer, referee, judge. It's a lot that comes with it because the one thing that we all have in common is that we have to put in time
Right.
with what we do, but we also have to put in time with our loved one. And
Right.
sometimes your loved one just is not going to understand that shit, no matter how many times you would explain it. And some of them are just like, yeah, I get it, but when are we going to kick it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I lost out on a good woman because of it before, and I didn't really pay attention to it only because I was wrapped up into what I was doing. I wasn't giving her the time that she wanted totally. Sometimes, but women take it a lot more harsh than when how we do it. We're a little bit more nonchalant towards it. But I give it. I learned a lot from that situation, and because of that is the reason why I won't be like that again.
But
So
do you think, because we don't know how it would have turned out if you would have gave it the time, do you think you would be where you be now if you gave it that time? Because what if she'd have got spoiled and she just, because some women, they get spoiled where they just like, I'll give you some time, but then that sometime turned into all the time, and then you would have had no time to be in the gym. So,
no, because I still would have been doing what I was doing. It wouldn't have sacrificed anything. I can honestly say that. I was just so wrapped up into it because I wanted to do everything right. Remember, I'm passionate about what I do, right? But the newbie coming in, we all got to put time to it. I was thinking business all the time because, to a degree, I was in a competitive nature mindset.
yeah.
She had a very good job, and I admired what she did. So it made me become more competitive in my thing to be more successful because how she regarded me it was important to me. The difference was, had I given a little bit more time and more personal time, nothing would have changed on my work side because I know how to separate the two. The difference was I was in it so much that I didn't want to see nothing. I only gave it a little bit of time and I thought it was enough. It wasn't. But if I did back then, like I'm thinking now, we would still be together today. So again, it's just like I said, everything happens for a reason. I don't think that anything's unachievable, but people make it seem like the quality time is a holdback. It's not. Honestly, it boosts your work time because now you got something to go home to be appreciated by. You know what I'm saying? And again, she just wanted more of my quality time. That's it. I mean, and you know me, bro. I'm in the gym 14 hours a day sometimes, 16 hours a day sometimes. Start early and leave late. I didn't have to be that then. So now I learned from that situation, knowing that I ain't doing that again. I'm not
I
losing
heard,
out on a good woman because of that. You know what I'm saying?
I heard Coach Calvin say in this interview, I was listening to him and Coach Kenny talk, and they was
Mhm.
just talking about sacrifices. And he was like, a lot of us done lost our wives and or
Yeah,
girlfriends
yeah,
behind this.
yeah,
We have put
yeah.
in so much time where, a woman, he sounded like you when he was talking. He was like, they're emotional, and it's a lot of things that no matter how many times you try to explain it to them, they're not gonna get it. So you find yourself
But
like
think
in the
about it.
cover, you
But
find
think
yourself
about it.
tug of war with them because it's like you pulling. It's like, do I want the relationship with her or do I want this boxing? And sometimes, you like, I'm going with the boxing.
Right. But see, that was the mistake because I could have both. I could have had both at that time. I was just being selfish because I wanted what was the passion for me. It was the CBU crew.
Let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Were you really being selfish, or were you just really thinking about at the time what was best for you? Would you call it selfish, or were you just really thinking about what you needed to do for seafood?
It wasn't so. Well, it was really for the team, but I guess it was for me too. But yeah, it was selfish because that could have been avoided had I listened more. In the sense, like when they were reaching out, and again, women only react off of what you don't get, what they don't get. If you're supplying them the need and you're compromising, you're sensitive to their feelings, they're always going to be loyal. I didn't. What I lost wasn't the loyalty. I lost the companionship, and I made boxing my companionship, and I'm never doing that again. Never. So if I say, "Yo, Shorty wants to spend time with me," remember when I told you I couldn't come to Shorty birthday.
Oh yeah,
Remember, I don't know if
yeah,
you remember. Okay,
yeah.
that was the compromise that was worth compromising for, because it was still turned out to be fruitful. Could I have won? Yes. Could I have brought her? Yes. But while I deal with the turmoil of the emotion, when you think about it, most women who who want your time, it's just that they want your time. They just want to be hugged or loved or whatever. They're not asking for much, honestly. But we get so wrapped up in chilling with the fellas or whatever that even though what I do for a living, I still had the time because I'm still my own boss. I still do what I want to do. I still, you know what I'm saying? In that situation, I wasn't being sensitive to her feelings. So that's my fault. I point the finger towards me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand the, the clarity. There was no clarity because I didn't want to listen to her. You know what I'm saying? Like I was being too much of the man back then. It's like whatever I say
Yeah.
goes. You know what I'm saying? I fault myself for that. I will never do that to another woman. Real talk.
I think a
I
lot of
mean,
men. I think a lot of
mhm.
men won't admit that. Some men come with the attitude of "fuck it, it's my life, and if you're gonna deal with me, this is what comes with it. And if you don't like it, step." Like some
Right,
dudes.
right. No, but some dudes is like that, and to an extent, some women, and I hate to say it like this, some dudes is like that, but to a certain extent, some women deserve that treatment because of what they are. Some of them are narcissistic too. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
But yeah,
don't bully me or threaten me or give me an ultimatum to spend time with you. Now I'll spend the time with you. Now I ain't gonna lie. Some of them try to like make you just like forget about this boxing shit. Forget about this. Forget about that. It's gonna be there. I need you to spend time with me. Now, whoa, okay, I'll spend time with you, but don't try to tell me that I gotta forget about what it is that I love to do. Now, I can't make you stop doing what you love. Don't try to make me stop doing what I love.
right.
You
But
know?
again, I'm gonna say it again. And I'm speaking up for the shorties because of the experience I went through.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
The
course.
worst thing we did do is saying it like that because we're not reading we're not reading the gestures of what they saying and how they saying it.
Yeah.
Majority of them always come off with the kind word like saying, "Yo, I'm going to whatever Home Depot, whatever. Can you ride with me? Whatever, whatever, whatever. Or I'm going to go grocery shopping. Can you whatever, whatever, whatever." Most of the time, we just give them the money. Say, "Nah, you go get it." You know what I'm saying? This fact. Bro, I'm telling you
But
facts,
a lot
right?
of times they don't just want you to go shopping. They're spending
Right.
time.
They just want the time. It's that
They
look,
just want the time.
I would go with my girlfriend to the manicure pedicure. I do that on my own. So I don't mind doing that with them. When they want that time, it's not even sometimes it's not even an hour. It could be just whatever,
No.
or they want you to come home because they making something for you. They're not gonna always tell you, but they making something for you. Now, because of that, when you don't have it no more, you start thinking like, you know what, all she wanted was time. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? All
Yeah.
she wanted was this. She was
I,
nice about it. And then when she brings it up, now I'm fed up now. Like, or we just We get to our cold way where we try to be the man and posture for what? Now I got to start all over with somebody else when I could have just chill with the woman I love, and then that would have been it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I told Tiff that. I was like, look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't no starting over, yo. You know, we
right,
together. We gotta ride this shit out till the wheels fall off to whatever.
right.
Because the
I know.
hardest thing about it is when you have to start over. Because
Yeah,
now
but
you gotta learn the
that,
person's new ways. I don't.
right,
Tiff never asked much from me,
right.
so I give her that time. And sometimes I be that's the reason why it was important for me to do the barbecue, because there's a lot
Hmm.
of times as much as I go to boxing gyms and I say what's up to people, I really don't have enough time to kick it. So the
Right,
barbecue is when we all could just really sit back and
right.
there's no interference. We all could kick it. But you know, sometimes fellas, y'all gonna have to make time for her and stop thinking that I'm with my homeboys. I'm on YouTube for 6 hours a day and you
Now
doing
listen,
that.
my guys know my closest homies know that I don't play that game because if they was like, yo, y'all want to hook up for whatever, nah, I'm going to steal my shorty. I can always see the
Yeah,
fellas,
yeah,
but I can't
yeah,
always see my shorty. You feel what I'm saying? Because
yeah. I can't do it.
I gotta give her what she wants. Because think about it, and this is not all women. Not all women are this understanding, but the ones that are understanding, you gotta understand that she needs that time that she's asking for to so she could be soft around the hardness. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be
Yeah,
acknowledged, and then whatever. I get it. I get it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fumbling the ball no more. If I get it like
yeah,
that again, I'm telling you, I'm not. And again, I'm already. We cannot let chivalry die because once we let chivalry die, bro, it's going to spread like wildfire. Because women talk, and that shit spreads. Oh, that's the one you was talking about. Yeah, he cute, but he ain't worth that. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. And that shit spreads, bro. So I'm telling you, for
damn.
firsthand, bros, take time
Damn.
out from the street shit. Take time out from your occupation. Give that woman a day or 2 days straight, and I'm telling you, she'll
Um,
cherish you forever, bro. Real talk.
I don't. Yeah, you know, when I look at some of these dudes today, man, and you know, when I look at a lot of these dudes, and I go, yo, y'all make more time for your homies than you do for your main
Yeah,
girl. I start looking
right,
at
and
some of them like, dog. Uh, like I don't want to question nobody's, but it's like, what are we doing here? You can't
right.
make time for your lady?
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's not that we don't. We don't give them the. We do the time that when we give them most of the time that they want, it's because we want it, not because they want it.
Or
You
you
know what
want
I'm saying?
something? Or you want something?
Or we want something, right? So let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Sometimes we want to lay around and get our shit stroked and whatever, right? Sometimes let's be honest. I'm gonna keep it so real. But when we want to give them what they want to give us that too. But at the same time, as we got to do some things that we don't normally do as men. So
Yeah,
I cater. Like chivalry is never dead to me. You know what I'm saying? I was in a time frame where I just was not paying attention to the outlets and stuff because I was so focused on CBU. You know what I'm saying? And the CBUs, everybody in CBUs, and the majority of them are in a relationship already. So for me for them to go home and have that, or when I had my um a luncheon one time when I invited all my clients down and I paid for it, whatever, I realized I'm the only one single, the only one. So I was like, yo, this guy's. I felt like it was a scene in Heat that you know what I'm saying? When the guy was at the table, everybody got a shorty except for him. And then now you start to think about it. Like everybody holding hands except for me. I ain't holding hands with nobody.
when
You know
did
what I'm
that?
saying?
When did that feeling come about for you?
Um, to It wasn't until I started reflecting or visualizing what other people's think because I'm a mentor too, right? So people come to me
Yeah,
about relationship stuff. So when they come to me about stuff like that, it makes the advice I give them, I should have gave it to myself. because we
Mm.
always good for other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we shitty, right? When I started seeing that in abundance, then I started feeling I started having some symptoms of loneliness, like yo, neediness. I started thinking like, yo, man, why can't I? And then most of the time when I do approach a shorty, they think I'm a player anyway because the way I dress. Oh, oh, you so clean cut, this, that. Oh, I know you got a shorty. Or they assume I have a shorty. I'm like, no, I don't. Girlfriend, I'm single. Or whatever. Did they give you the red flags? And I don't ignore red flags anymore. I'm not trying to fix nobody. If you ain't coming to at least normal, I can't rock with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, them red flags. And I got with Tiff. That's exactly the first thing I was looking for because I was like, I came out of this other relationship with this other special ed girl, and it was like, okay,
You
yeah,
said special ed. Yo, listen,
special ed.
I'm the first person online probably that is admitting to my flaws. No other man's gonna do that
No,
without pointing
no,
the finger. I'm being accountable.
I don't hear dudes. I see a lot of dudes doing the finger pointing.
Right,
Like my last relationship that I had before getting with Tiff, um, I had to blame myself for it because I let a lot of shit go on. I participated in a lot of shit that I shouldn't have participated in. As
yeah,
men, sometimes you can't just, even though she did me wrong and I was wrongly accused of something, but
right,
sometimes we got to go, we allowed that to happen. If we would have
right,
stopped dealing with them when we were supposed to, we would have never
right,
gave them enough space or enough room to even do anything to us. So sometimes we put ourselves in situations and then we looking to point the finger at everybody else
right.
except us.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I did. I was pointing at them. I was listening, but I was still trying to manipulate the situation. You feel me? Like I
Yes.
can admit that now. I try to manipulate to make it work for me so they whatever, whatever. I used to always
Yeah.
think that a woman's not as smart as I am, but they are smart creatures. So I
Yes.
have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Now, you know what I'm saying? If I could get into that situation where I can even get the last woman back, I would be open to it. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
mature
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm mature now, and I know what I want. I'm not settling for anything, but I just want the best. But I am chivalrous. I'm definitely not going to put myself in a position where I can't hold myself accountable because that's what a lot of men do because of the pressures that we get as men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get emotional too, but there's a time and place for that. You know what I mean? Even if it's in front of your women and stuff like that. A real woman is going to stand by her man. Regardless of what he say, she's going to stand for him, right? In today's world, social media teaches you, nah, fuck that bitch, go to the next one. Nah, it's not about that. It's not about that. If you really believe in your relationship, bro, ain't nothing wrong with going back to them.
You know,
If you feel that you can make it work and make it better,
you know
why
what I
not?
learned? You know what I learned, and I had to learn the hard way.
What's that?
This is where I fucked up at. This is where keeping it real went wrong. I was the type that every time something made me feel some kind of way, I went to social media with it. And I did this shit one time. Tiff pissed me off to the high level of pissivity. I went straight to social media with it. Without
Oh
mentioning
no.
her name, without
Mm-mm.
mentioning her name, I just said some shit. I forgot what I said. And somebody we know came up on some, y'all all right? Anything good?
Right.
And I'm like, you motherfucker. You should have never put, like, you can't put stuff out. Rather if you mention somebody's name or not, people are like, you know what I'm saying? They'll
Yeah,
be
but
like,
you don't want to do
some
that.
people wait for
That's what I'm
something to
saying.
happen in a relationship so they could talk about it.
Nah, don't whatever you do,
I,
again,
I learned
whatever
my
you
lesson
do,
about that though.
don't ever bring it to the media. Or even
Oh,
announce it in front of your homies. Because
oh
if
no.
you say your shorty's crazy and then you want to go back, well, that makes you twice as crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, listen, I learned that about my son's mother. I used to go around and be like, yeah, crazy mother, crazy this, crazy that. And one time my homie was like, man, we tired of you coming outside every day talking about it. We told your stupid ass before you got with it. You knew it already. Don't come out here complaining. You gonna go right back to it. Then I end up having another baby with her. And they was like, yeah, but you doing all this complaining. Now you done gave
Right.
her 2 kids, you dummy. Don't and I'm
Right.
like, and I can't get mad with them because when I sit and think about it, I'm like, yeah, well, You did give her 2 kids, so why are you out here complaining? I think
Right.
sometimes we get ourselves in situations that sometimes it's like, all right, it's too late to go back. We
Right.
can't change it. You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
like I said, if you're willing to, if you're willing to accept the humility, then anything is doable. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. So, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But
you live, you know what? You live and learn from your mistakes. And as a man, not a boy, but as a man, you know what I'm saying? Even me being with Tiff, I done made plenty of mistakes. I done said plenty of shit. I done did plenty of shit where I go, that wasn't cool, bro. But at the
yeah,
time, I was saying, oh, well, give a fuck. I'm a man. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. You don't
yeah,
like
but
it? Go
but
find
I'm
somebody else.
saying that, remember, even though we men doesn't mean that we are exceptional to the rules. No
No,
one
we're
is
not.
exempt.
And that
You know what I'm
doesn't
saying?
mean
No
we're going
one's
to be right
exempt.
all the time. We're not right all the time just because we feel like we
Right.
men. We're not right all the time. But I think you know what it is, Sifu. And I hate to use this as an excuse, man. And people gonna go, y'all always saying this, but being a man and being a black man already is not easy, and there's a lot of shit that we have to
Of course.
deal with.
That's not an
That
excuse. That's reality. That's a
you know what I'm
fact. That's
saying?
not an excuse. That's
Like
reality.
I don't like to always play the, but honestly, I don't care if you're 30 or if you're 65. Being a black man's already hard, and we have enough shit to deal with. When we walk outside our
Right.
door, we don't even know how our day is gonna go. We can
Right.
only assume or pray that first of all, when I walk out of here, I get to where I'm going safe. I
Right.
don't get messed with by the police. I don't want nobody approaching me for mistaken identity. I don't want
Right.
to get hit by no stray bullet. So it's a lot of things we have to be worried about as a man. You know, I mean, this is the shit that I think about when I walk out the door because, like I said, man, it is hard being us.
Yeah.
So
It
what it
is.
is, when you finally find you a partner, a woman, a companion, and you go, okay, I believe I have everything else that I need. Something's missing.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not rich or anything. I do. I do pretty
Come
good
on
for
now. Come
myself.
on. Stop. Sifu, stop. You
I'm
are the
not rich.
grandfather of 50 Cent. Stop it.
Not necessarily. I'm not. I'm not rich or anything, right? I do pretty well for myself. At the same time, it's different when you don't got somebody to roll with you with it. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot of stuff on myself to keep myself upkeeping because I feel like I always want to have that I'm approachable sign on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some people get a little intimidated by me when they see me on different medias. It's not even that. It's just I'm keeping it so real. Me being real is like people like the fake shit. I'm not into the fake shit.
Um, people, I realize people, when you say stuff, when I say stuff, it's crazy as it sounds. People don't like strong minded people.
Nah, it's all good. Like I said,
They don't
well,
like
that's
strong
true.
minded people.
Strong-minded people are intimidating, but it's not about being so much. It's about being moral, man. People just don't understand morality
No.
sometimes. I hate the narrative about I'm a man. I'm gonna do it. I hate that narrative because if you was a man, you don't gotta state that. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? You don't gotta state what you what
you know,
you
we
supposed to
live in a
do.
world where people are trying to convince you. They're trying to convince you that they are them dudes. And if you that dude, you don't have to brag about it. You don't have to talk about it. You can people gonna know you that dude just by the way you moving and what you're doing. If you taking care of your family, you taking care of the community, you taking care of the kids or whatever, man. Like everybody's on these YouTube streets trying to prove to somebody that they are that dude, and I'm not convinced. So when I hear that, I go, yeah, all right, it sound good. It sound
Right,
good. What are you doing?
right,
What are you
right.
doing? You know, that's the kind of dudes when there's strong-minded people like you and me, man, that damn seafood talk too much, man. What
No,
did he
just look.
what did he mean by saying that?
But listen, I say what I say because it's experience. I'm going through this experience wise to a point where I shouldn't have to like. It's just to reiterate, maybe you need to self reflect, bro. Like sometimes we can't be saying street shit or I'm beyond the streets now. I'm not. I don't look at it like that.
No,
I keep
we're
I keep
beyond
it
that.
I keep I keep it as an on and off switch, if anything. right?
Because when
But
dudes
at
be
the
like,
same time is
when you know what, when dudes be like, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 or I'm standing 10 toes down. I'm like, well, what does that mean?
right. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's different, so I can't speak on everybody else's quality of life because of the way they walk it. You know what I'm saying? Talking it and walking is two different things. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time is we can relate to certain things, but this sometimes I hear stuff what people do if it comes to approaches me, then I avoid it because I don't want to go through that negative experience you went through. But not
No,
everyday life is a negative experience. You
it's
know,
not
not
supposed
everyday
to. It's
life
not
is
supposed
gonna
to be.
be guaranteeing us money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's not supposed to be. And
Right,
coming from the communities that we come from,
right,
um, does not make us ignorant and does not make us stupid. We are very intelligent people. You know, we
right,
have some people out here, you know, that's giving us a bad name to make it look like we all just, and you know, we not. So I've gotten past that street stuff
right,
because I realized that I don't have to prove to anybody where I come from and and what I've been through. I don't
right,
have to do
right,
all that. And I think too many
right.
people are pushing that. So many people pushing that. You know, because I come from the PJs and my pops was never there, or my mom's was a crackhead, and my uncle's so dope. And I'm like, well, we are okay, but you telling me about that, but what the fuck does that got to do with today? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Right,
Because we got kids out here that's lost. You
right,
understand what I'm saying?
right.
So, when I hear shit like that, I'm like, all right, man, pops, that sound good, but what does that got to do with today? All right, you
Right.
survived the 80s. Congratulations. Thumbs up.
Listen,
What does that got to
I'm
do?
not, I'm not, I'm not letting stuff like that get to me no more. I don't even watch TV because I don't like the negativity I see on TV.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ. Please don't
you know
go
what I'm
there.
saying?
Oh, Lord.
I really don't, bro. Like the
I
stuff that
just
I
did a
see,
whole
I don't
thing.
like it.
I
So I
just,
don't watch it. I
so
haven't
do
watched
you know
TV in a year.
they just canceled? This is when TV has gone left. I don't know if you heard that they just canceled, I think, the BET Awards and Soul Train Awards.
Okay, I expected that.
And you know what? For me, it was kind of a shocker. But
All
then I
right,
thought about it and I go, if you look at what's been going on these last couple of years on there, and it's like, it ain't like it was when you were growing up watching it. And it's not like it was when I was coming up in the 90s and the early 2000s. It has took a turn for the worse. And I don't know, maybe they're canceling it because of ratings. Maybe the ratings are not as high as they used to be or whatever. But if you look at what goes on here, they got nothing but these trashy ass girls twerking. I mean, every time you look, there's a female rapper twerking. Like it just be a whole bunch of nonsense. And I was telling people, look at TV right now. They got more game shows today than they had in the 80s and 90s. All these game shows are alike. You look at a lot of these TV shows, they all trash. But you got
right,
people you got people who tune into it. They got this show called Baddies, where these girls be fighting. Fighting, seafood. I'm talking about not play fighting. They fighting. I'm like, what is TV coming to? But you got people who tune into that trash. Like I'm like you. YouTube's became my TV because now I could go
right,
watch all my boxing, or I could go watch any. You know what I like to watch on YouTube? I'm a
right.
real nerd. Call me a nerd. Call me whatever. I watch Animal Planet.
Yeah, I do too. I
I'd rather
mean,
watch these
sometimes
animals.
I see it on like YouTube. I don't watch it like TV, but
Yo, animals' behavior is accepted because they're animals. I look at humans and I go, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
right.
Like
You understand?
I'm entertained more by these animals than I am these humans. I look at these humans, I'm like, y'all ain't got no fucking home training. What's the matter with y'all?
Yo, listen, I can't really talk right now, but I gotta bounce, but I gotta make a
Yeah.
move. So, but we're gonna chop it up later though.
No, we definitely are. I'll be on later at 6 o'clock today.
All right, cool. I'll check you then.
All right.
One.
1-1, coach. Okay, y'all. Shout out to my brother, Coach Seafood, one of the best around, man. Love that brother right there, man. We got deep today, y'all. We got real deep. I wasn't expecting it to get that deep. told you, morning chop-ups, you never know what you hear when you walk into a morning chop-up. There's all different things that we talk about in morning chop-ups, man. You know what I mean? This is just certain things that be on my mind when I'm talking about the morning chop-up. So y'all gotta pardon me, man. These morning chop-ups can end up all over the place. But it is what it is. I'm getting ready to take it down, y'all. I gotta bust some moves. It is the No Duck Zone 3rd annual barbecue going down this Saturday. I gotta bust a couple moves this week, and get prepared for everything. So I'm stepping out today to go do what I gotta do. I'll be back at 6 p.m. today. We're gonna talk about Keith Thurman versus Jamel Charlo. Will we see this? Now, I know a lot of y'all like, well, why are we talking about it? The fight ain't happening. Well, that's because every other channel I see y'all with this boost. No disrespect. It's cool, but I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. It's boots now. Boots is a dub. Boots is this. Boots is that. Boots is this. Boots is that. Stanionis, Virgil Ortiz, whatever. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Right? Yeah, I'm talking about 54. And for what we know, Jamel is still campaigning at that weight, and Thurman is, for what we know. So will we see that? They had a back and forth. Hey, yo, what up? What's going on? They had a back and forth. So I'm going to come back at 6 p.m. to talk about that, because that fight is interesting to see a Keith Thurman versus Jamel Charlo. They both a year apart. I think their record is identical. Thurman has one loss against Pacquiao. Of course, you know, Jamel has two, losing to Tony Harrison in their first fight, then losing to Canelo Alvarez. So this is a fight that I want to see, will it happen, not assuming it will happen. So I don't want people to look at my thumbnail and go, well, nobody said nothing about Jamel Charlo and Thurman fighting. What is this dude doing? Is he cloud chasing? No, sir, I ain't cloud chasing, because if you read it, it says, will this fight happen? See, a lot of y'all out here cloud chasing. You're putting up thumbnails, and your thumbnails ain't matching your conversations, because y'all so thirsty to be out here clickbaiting for views, which is sad. I'm going to expose all of y'all. I have to. Because the way y'all going about getting views, steady just taking your time, none of y'all want to work hard for it. You just wanted to come overnight. You wanted to come overnight because some of you are so thirsty to be monetized, or you're thirsty for the views. I'd rather sit here and take my time than to be sitting here trying to prostitute for my views. So while y'all all talking about Boots and Brian Norman, y'all keep having the same topics, the same conversation about the same shit, this is what I'm talking about today. Later on, Keith Thurman versus Jamel Charlo. Will this fight happen? Love y'all. Be safe out there, wherever you're going. If you're going to church, wherever it is that you're coming from, be safe out there. Be blessed. Love y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.